Good morning, everyone. Richard Byrd here on this episode of The Dash. I was on the way home this morning, taking my wife to work, and was listening to Gary Vee talk. And one of the things he started to discuss was this concept of net loss, or probably more important, kind of net gain. What is net gain? He said he's really into the long game of stuff. The concept really started to intrigue me because what he was talking about was, in many cases, especially in business, in a lot of relationships, we start to think of winning and losing as 1-0. In other words, if I win, I have won. If I lost, I'm 0. And so the game is only a game up to 1. When in actuality, this is a long game. And you win as long as your percentages of wins are more than your percentages of losses. And or you win as long as at the end of the game, and whatever the game is, whatever that area that you have set aside that indicate whether you won or lost, at the end of that, you have more than you don't have. So if I get to the end of my quarter, and I have $50,000, and I have not lost $51,000, then that is a win. And so the idea of shifting your thought process from that this is a zero-sum game, that this is a game where only when 1-0, but 11-6 is a win. There are winning percentages. When you look at baseball, you look at football, you look at any of those games, it is what happens at the end of the game, at the end of that particular game, whether or not you win. But also when you look at the percentages of, is this a winning coach? It's based on whether or not they have more wins than they have losses. So my thought to you on this morning for the dash is, broaden your mind, think bigger. Your wins should outweigh your losses, but don't go for a win because you're afraid of loss. It is all about the long game. It's not about the short game. You remember that. You can keep that in the back of your mind, then you will always become successful. And probably more importantly, you'll always be able to outproduce and outmaneuver your competition because you're not scared of what you may lose. You are intrigued and you are pushed by wanting to win. That is your motivator. You're motivated to win, not scared of loss. And so the net loss game, the net gain game, I think that is where I have been successful in what I do. I'm not afraid of the temporary loss. I'm really looking forward to how can I make this happen on a broad scale. And what is the long game? What is going to happen 5, 10, 20 years ahead? At the end of the day, when I lay down in my grave, I'm sure that I'll have more wins than I have in the lost column. Hope that helps you. All right. Peace, people.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Dig it.